Hi guys, and welcome along to my career mode alternate alpha. And the reason that it's an alternate is because, as you can see, my driver is Marcus Ericsson. I picked this avatar because of the fact that he looks a little bit like Marcus, and obviously we got the helmet there. The narrative also fits because what we've done is continued to use Marcus Ericsson in the 2019 season, ousting Giovinazzi, unfortunately for him. If you have missed the last few videos, we did struggle in Australia because it's not one of my favourite tracks. It was the first time I'd really played the game, and obviously I'm a little bit weak on the pad at that point. Since then, we moved on. We finished 16th in that race, might I add. Since then, we moved into the race at Bahrain, and my God, did we have a battle there. For some reason, we were mega quick there, and I managed to finish in third place. I really would suggest watching that video back, because we had a magnificent battle with the Mercedes and the Ferraris throughout that race, and just goes to show, you know, how you can battle with the AI this year. So moving into this round, as you can see, I've already done the free practice sessions. I did those a couple of days ago before the patch landed from Formula 1 game. I have done the patch this evening, so obviously that is going to take effect. Not sure whether that will land as part of this or whether it will take effect in the next round. I don't know how that works in terms of the patch level, but so we're just going to get on into this third round at China. I'm on short qualifying because time-wise it just suits the criteria of this career mode. Let's get on into it. Here we go, here's the practice points that we managed to pick up after FP3, which gives us a grand total of 600 points. Okay, so that's our first fault during the sessions here. In the third race of the season, we've got an electrical fault here which is going to take 2 minutes to repair, which means we're going to lose some track time. We're currently obviously on 18 minutes because we're on the short qualifying mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip the repair time. Down in P15 there's certainly more time for us to pick up during this session, I believe. As I say, I have adjusted the AI to try to minimise what we had happen in that last race in Bahrain where I finished up third. I don't want that happening, to be perfectly honest, too often, certainly this early on. Smooth on the throttle there, but it got the job done. Handfuls of time coming. Mistake there. Still time on board. 6-7 seconds up on our previous best, and we've got a car in the distance there. Is he going to affect our braking point? No, he shouldn't. It's Charles Leclerc. Go over the line. That drags us up to 5th. Around the outside of Vettel there. Get out the way. Well, we've already compromised this lap. We're well down on our delta, so I think I am going to head for the pits. So even though I've adjusted the AI level, clearly there's still a discrepancy as to where I sit compared to where the AI sits. So an Alfa Romeo in 6th position is not ideal. Obviously Vettel vaulted himself up in those last few moments above Max Verstappen. I'm 1.1 seconds off of Valtteri Bottas, so it's still a sizable gap. But let's have a look where Kimi is. Kimi's 2 seconds off, so you know that's I'm nearly a second quicker than Kimi. That's not right, and I need to have a look at the AI, I think. But we'll get into the race and see how the AI is affected in the race. Okay, let's select our rival, shall we? So we've got 3 options available to us. We've got Lando Norris, Alexander Albon and Daniil Kvyat. Now, the obvious choice, based on what happened in race 1 in Australia with Kvyat torpedoing us into turn 1 as we came out of the pit lane, he would be our obvious rival based upon that. But that only gives us 14 points, as you can see in the top right hand corner there. The bigger the rival we go for, the more points we will accumulate based on those battles. So technically I could choose Lando Norris because of where we currently sit, but we've tried to make some adjustments to the AI as we go. I think the safer bet is to go right in the middle, and we'll go for Albon. Okay, so we're basically being given 2 strategy options here. It's a 14 lap race. We're going to start on the soft tyre. This will require high tyre management because what they're suggesting is that we go 3 laps on the soft tyre, which we'll probably try to extend to about 5, and then 11 on the medium tyre, which obviously means we'll do about 9. To do less management in terms of tyres, then you would go on to the harder tyre. But as always, I am going to go for the high tyre management strategy option, and I'm going to reduce the fuel based on the fact that it will give us an advantage in terms of lap time, although we will have to monitor how much fuel we're using throughout the race to maximise performance. Right, so let's get on into it, and the first thing is I don't want to have a collision going into the first sequence of turns, because that would be slightly disastrous. The best of getaways, use some fuel to try to leak back up. Trying to back. So Norris tried to come up the outside of me, as Hulkenberg just has, and I've got penalised because he drove into me. I'm going to just let this race settle down before trying to make some serious moves. So you have to remember that right now the car feels a little bit different to how it did a few moments ago in qualifying. Everybody behind me a bit racy at this stage in the race as well. It's Leclerc, who's obviously out of position. I think Leclerc we're going to be defending from here, because they are mega quick in a straight line. We've got a lot more downforce on. I'm prepared to let him go. I'm going to try and outbrake him. I'm going to leave him room on the inside though as well. That kind of worked out for the pair of us. Going to have to be a bit more frugal here with the fuel. Just to save a heap going through that first complex. Yeah. Brit there getting past the Monegasque driver. They're both on the attack. I'm in rich mix and I've got no answer for these. Late on the brakes. Try to leave enough room for them to get around as well, and just about. Right. Rich mix engaged. Telling me to box in my earpiece. as we know, I'm going to try and go longer, and to be quite honest, the tyres still seem fairly reactive at this stage. Leclerc's going to have DRS. This is going to be a breeze for the Ferrari driver. Open the door for Norris. I'll fend him off. Fuel management is much more difficult on this track than it was previously. Lost out to Norris there. Be a bit too cute. Round the long turn 1 complex. Oh, same as we had with Hulkenberg, and now that's dropped us into the clutches of Perez and Ricciardo. Jeff in my ear there trying to give me instructions. Off. I'm going to get Perez coming at us now. So I'm going to try to defend the inside. Get him on the switch back. Oh, yes we could if he wasn't there. Dives into the pits. I'm starting to lose a little bit of front end. Right, I think it's time to make the switch onto the medium tyres because we're getting absolutely mullered here. Not having that. Dear. Collision with Raikkonen. That won't go down well with the team. He's not going to get in ahead of me though, so that's going to hold him up. He'll be really happy that he has to sit and wait for me. Just destroyed his strategy. Oh, why are you changing the nose? To change on the MFD, not to change the nose. I think we're in DRS range. Yes we are. Cut in. P15. There's our rival, Albon, just coming out the pits. Ricardo. Come on, Danny Rick. Whoa. Yeah, I know, mate. What's going on here? They're obviously getting a lot of tide egg. He's been slowed up quite a lot by Ricardo. I'm heavy on the brakes. Then again, Ricardo going for 10th on Magnussen. Yeah, I thought so. Whoa! Throw the anchor out the side of the ship there. I don't know how it got between the pair of them. Cool. It's altered. Both of these guys struggling now by the looks of it. Can we capitalise? I think they're in fuel saving mode. Gonna get DRS. Have we got enough for a rich run to the line? Is the question. I don't think we do. Come on. Just pip to it. We did have some opportunities there to get that 10th position. Running into the back of Magnussen, going through the long sweeper first corner. Okay, so as I was saying, I think the most critical part of our race was forgetting to change on the MFD that we didn't want to take a new nose and front wing. I think the damage that we sustained wasn't enough to suggest that it would have hampered our performance, and obviously that lost us a big stack of time out on the track. It would have probably vaulted us up to about 7th or 8th as we came out of the pits, and outside of that battle between Ricardo and Magnussen, which Ricardo eventually won, and me ending up in the sandwich between them. If we just look down the grid, let's have a look where everybody finished. Last was Kimi, and I do have to say I perhaps had a hand in that, because I pitted on the same lap as him and he was right behind me, and he was stacked behind us in the pit lane, so he obviously lost a lot of time in the pit lane behind us, and then perhaps got caught up behind some of these guys and just couldn't make progress. But again, another decent result on the board, having changed the AI level. I feel a bit more comfortable with the level being set at 75. I'm probably going to push it on a little bit more for the next round, just to try and tweak it a bit further, because we're still punching a bit too far above our weights in reality. But yeah, let's move on and let's see what resource points etc. we can spend going into the next race. Few extra resource points going into the pot now takes us up to 910, heading towards Azerbaijan. let's have a look at R&D now then, following on from that race, and see what we want to get added heading towards Azerbaijan now. Firstly, and most critically, I think we ought to reinvest some money in this crankshaft update. That should potentially vault us alongside Williams and Racing Point in terms of power unit, but obviously there is potential for them to also make a leap forward. Also, we might find that Ferrari make another gain in that area as well, because they're just behind us and probably have more resource points to spend than us at this point. But I am going to deploy those 255 points. It's half the price, or thereabouts, what it was originally, because it failed the last time around. So there's no chance of it failing this time. 0% chance we will have this update before the next release. That leaves us with 655 points. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the 600 at the wind tunnel quality control to improve our chances of that update actually going through. Then once we go for the rear wing update, clearly that will improve our chances of that not failing as well. Okay, so that's it for this episode of the career mode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have and want to see more, obviously do subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also catch me over on Twitch, where I do this live. It's twitch.tv/summersf1, and yeah, I do all of the video live, and then edit this down for YouTube. So yeah, if you'd like to join me, you can also join me in the chat, so that we can make some decisions based on the R&D as I go. And yeah, thanks for joining in, and see you next time.